Hello, welcome. This is a quick tip for all of you English teachers. If you ever have a question about usage from your students, this is a common question. Sometimes students ask, what's correct, for instance, or for example. A question about what's more appropriate. Well, you can use a search engine, in this case I'm using Google, to get a quick idea of what's more common or what's more widely used. What you have to do is you need to enter your query in quotes. So for instance, in this case I'm gonna write, well, for example, in quotes, enter. And I can look, I'm searching the web, searching everything, and I can see here that I have, 870 million results, for example. Well, now let's do the same thing, and I'm gonna open up a new window, and let's go to our search engine, and I'm going to do the same and say, for instance, instance, there we go. And here I'll find that I have 94 million results. Now when we compare 870 million to 94 million, well, we get a pretty good idea of what's more widely used. There's also another source. If you go to scholar.google.com, this is a specialized search engine. It only searches scholarly papers, and we can do the same search there. For instance, I'm going to open up a new one, and I'm going to search for example, and we'll see what the relationship is. So in the search for instance, when I search for instance, I get 1,900,000, almost 2 million results, 2 million occurrences. And for example, I get 4.4 million occurrences of the term for example. So in scholarly papers, it's more widely used, again, for example, than for instance. You can also do the same thing if you limit the search to news articles, and see, this is only news articles, and you can trust news articles in the sense that they're edited and well written, most of the time. So for instance, has 27,000 results in news articles, and for example has almost double that, 49,000 results. So for example is a more common phrase to use. So you can do this with any question that you have about usage, and we'll do another really quick one. For example, what's more common to say, you should or you ought to? So let's type in quotes, you should, and see how many results. And in my other window I'm going to type you ought to. If we see the relationship, you should, 185 million results. It happens 185 million times. You ought to, 59 million times. So it's almost 4 times. You should is used almost 4 times as much. If we limit to scholarly papers, let's see, you should, we have 1,300,000. And now let's search for you ought to, 50,000. So the relationship is maintained, almost 1,360,000 to 50,000 instances or occurrences of the phrase. Do you have any other usage questions? Try it out. See what answers you get from Google. So that's the tip. I hope it's useful. Thank you.